What's good, people? You know who this is. If you don't, it's Triple Crown Don. And you're probably wondering what I'm doing in front of you right now. Well, we're going to be doing another podcast, open situation. Before anything else, welcome, welcome. If you're new, if you're not new, don't forget to like, comment, share. Big homie, King Envy, tell them what the else
Yeah.
they need to do.
Please turn on that post notification bell if you guys are returning subscribers. Thank you guys for tuning in. Okay, you guys are here with us again for another Limitless.
And there you have it. And there you have it, guys. I think you're gonna be in for a little something, a little, as you know, the King always likes to say. We're gonna do something a little bit different. Sorry, King, I had to borrow your line.
Oh, that's all good. It's for all of us.
Okay, all right. It's for all of us. See, the King is teaching us lessons right now. Togetherness. At a distance. All jokes aside, you're probably wondering right about now as you're taking your sip, what the hell are we going to do this time? Well, you've
Wait,
heard
wait, wait,
of...
wait. What the hell are we doing this time?
There you have it, and there you have it. What we're going to be doing, King, is something I like to call... You ever heard of an open mic?
Open mic. Let me think. Yes, I do.
Okay,
I've heard of.
so tell the people, what is an open mic?
Open mic is when you pretty much, you putting me in the spot. What if I didn't know and I lied? So open mic is pretty much, we have a open discussion where we talk about every and anything. Could be, I'm not going to give examples, but you get my drift.
Okay, so there you have it, guys. We're gonna do an open mic for the first time ever in Limitless history. We're gonna do an open mic. So you're probably wondering, what are we gonna be talking about in an open mic? Well, you see our faces. You're probably tired of the beard. You're probably tired of the style. Probably tired of King Evie over there. But guess
Oh, that's
what?
rude. They ain't tired of me, man.
All jokes aside, you're probably tired of these two faces, but instead of just us talking and commenting, we're gonna ask each other a little bit of Q and A.
King of Diamonds. I'm sorry. Never been. Never been.
Never been?
Never been. Nah, no.
Okay. Question number 1. How you doing, King?
Oh, that's easy. I'm blessed, fam. I'm blessed. I'm here, man. I'm alive. I'm doing well, bro. Thanks for asking. How are you doing?
I'm not too bad, but I got a surprise up my sleeve. This is just a warm up to the come up, to the roll
And
up.
you're wearing a sweater, so that's a long sleeve.
It's gonna be a while, guys. It's gonna be a while, guys. But all jokes aside, all small talk aside, I was listening to Charlemagne the other day, and he was talking about traumatic love. And you're probably wondering, where the hell am I going with this? But hear me out. Since we're usually talking about music discussion, I'm gonna tie it to music, but you're gonna see how I do it. But first, do you feel like relationships have become attributed to, traumatic stress as being home? In other words, do you feel like people don't feel at home in a relationship if the situation is not traumatic? Meaning pain is love, love is pain. Even Ja Rule alluded to it in his album called Pain is Love. Do you feel that is true? Or do you feel that pain should be not even relevant is what I'm trying to say? What do you think?
Um, Oh, so okay, because it does exist. A lot of people relationship, they actually feel a lot more pain than they do love. Don't agree with it because I don't think that's the way it should be. I don't see why I should get into a relationship with somebody. You know what I mean? And I have a lot of love to give and a lot of love to get back in return. That's what I'm hoping. But at the same time, you know what I mean? There's a lot of pain and, that might cost you to probably hate the person. And all. I don't think it's worth it, period. Period. End of discussion. I don't think it's worth it. But a lot of people like it. A lot of people like it. Yeah. It's weird because I remember in high school and a friend of mine, and she was in a relationship, and you know what I mean, and she was telling me, it was very painful, like the things that he does and the things that he say to her. But at the same time, she said, even though it hurts her to be in a relationship and getting hurt and feeling pain all the time, that doesn't mean he's beating her. Let's clear that. I mean, he wasn't hitting her, but she feels secure. Makes no sense to me, man. I saw your face a while ago. You're like, what the fuck? But it makes sense to her. So, you know what I mean? But for me, if you're asking me, nah. The pain thing, I ain't doing it.
And this is funny because Joyner Lucas has actually made a music video featuring Ashanti. And I think she's gotten a little bit in this video. But that's besides the point. So I feel like maybe this is becoming not really something as another thing, but an epidemic type of something. I feel like, do you feel like in our community that we've become too attached to this pain is love and it spills over into the music, and now music is imitating art? So look at, for example, I hate to bring them up, but look at Cardi B and Offset. Do you feel like that's a pain is love situation, or do you feel like I need to find another example that would, like, justify how sometimes art imitates life, and then now people believe that if it doesn't hurt, then it's not right. Like, you feel like that's the case?
Like I said, it's weird, because people actually like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. What you
Cardi
just
B
said.
and Cardi B and Offset, like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is with their situation, but a lot of people, they like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they love somebody so much, the pain, I guess, is worth it. Makes no sense to me. But like I said earlier, man, I don't think that's the way it should be. And with our community, gotta understand that a lot of us in our community, you know what I mean, we grew up in that same kind of household. Some of us. You know what I mean? So, history repeats itself. Pretty much. Right? But, we should know better, that we can do better. You know what I mean? And this is what I never get. You know what I'm saying? And no offense to anybody, but if I grew up in a household where I see my parents just constantly fighting and they're not happy, why the fuck would I want to put myself through that? You know what I mean? Why would I find somebody and repeat that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lesson for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like, again, I'm not knocking anybody's relationship, but
I would never.
A lot of us grew up in a household where it's like that, and and we don't know better.
Yeah, I was just bringing it up, like, because we're doing Q&A, and I was like, it's something I just seen Charlamagne, and he never really is that kind of guy. He usually is different. So if he says something like that, I thought I would bring it and see what your thoughts are. That was kind of like the first time I ever seen him kind of take away from a situation and kind of, say that it should never be that way. It shouldn't be pain is love, or the new love, or it's not right if there's no pain, and that's what helps this thing to become solid. If it's just good, then something's wrong.
Yeah. Well, you got to understand the way the world works too. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of taking 5 steps ahead, we're taking like 5 steps backwards. You know what I mean? So, a lot of things that are going on right now, me or you, we don't understand it, but it makes sense to others. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people out there, they're looking for love and happiness. You know what I mean? It's just unfortunate that
places.
pain comes with it, and they have to adapt to that. Because like when a person's in love, they see love. Like everything else, you know what I mean? They're blinded by it. It's there, and you know what I mean? They feel it, but at the same time, they're still blinded by it because that's the only way that they're gonna stay, right? Because you gotta truly and really love a person to go through pain and still stay with them, unless it's for money. I'll probably do it for money still.
Which leads me to a next question. Grease or hairspray? You're probably wondering what the hell does this even have to do with anything? But it does. Because
Gorilla Glue.
they're both
Hey.
they're both musicals. And the reason why I bring this up, they were both, musicals that people remember very well. Popular, pop type of shiny type of music. But how do you think that would look in R&B, like Bryson Tiller type of sound? How do you think hip opera or trap R&B soul would sound as a musical? What are your thoughts on that? What do you think? I got you. Yeah. No, like no, I was giving you 2 examples of
Okay.
commonplace musicals, right? But what if Bryson Tiller and R. Kelly had like a hip opera musical? I mean, kind of like Trapped in the Closet, but for the modern century where relationships are no longer monogamous, where non-monogamy is the new monogamy. He's lost.
Yeah. I know I am lost. And I don't honestly I don't have an answer for that. I'd have to see it.
What do you think? Like how do you think? Because Bryson Tiller's that kind of guy. Like, how would you envision? Like, do you think that would be something that must see TV? Like Bryson Tiller coming up with a hip hop or a trap style R&B musical. What do you think, man?
I think he can do it. I don't. There's no doubt in me that he can't do it.
Do you think there'd be a market for it?
I don't know. I'd be surprised. I'd be like, "Who's that? That's Bryson Tiller? What?" But listen, man. These guys are talented. I think he can do it. Probably be a market for it. Not 100% sure. Definitely would like to hear that. You know what I'm saying? What do you think?
Honestly, I would love to see something like that. Like, especially with this non-monogamy as the new monogamy, pain is the new love world that we live in. That's must-see TV. You're telling me a world, you see how I tied all those points together? A non-monogamy, pain is new love, hip-hop opera on your television set with Bryson Tiller singing his heart out the way he can. Because don't forget, when he sung that song with her, and yes, her name is Her, as an artist, and they did that song together. You're going to have to make me look it up. Give me a sec, guys. Give me a sec. I'm going to look this up because I want the title to make sure this is accurate. Shouldn't take me too long. As long as this thing cooperates with me. Okay. The song is called Could Have Been. Imagine a song that as extended as a hip-hop opera based on Her featuring Bryson Tiller, Could Have Been, which takes place in a dark, gloomy environment where two individuals feel like they had a missed opportunity on love, but they were so close, but the pain couldn't bring them any closer together. But the feelings are there, virtuoso, right there in front of them. And then you add this non monogamy situation in the back door, in the front. That sounds like must see TV that you would want to see like a soap opera. That sounds like a modern soap opera, no?
No, it is. It is. Like I said, if that happens, definitely, I'd have to check it out. You know what I mean? Until I see it, you know, yeah.
So, okay, all right. You know, which actually leads to another hip hop opera. You're probably wondering where I'm going with this again, huh? I do have a plan with the madness. So now, eh, right here, did you hear about DMX, Darkman X? I say, did you hear about DMX?
Yeah, I have, man. You know, it's unfortunate. You know what I mean? It's sad. You know what I mean? It's sad. It's very unfortunate. You know what I mean? DMX, you know, I grew up listening to DMX music. You know what I mean? And DMX was one of those people in the streets that I actually like. I think he was an OG. You know what I mean? And not many artists like come off lately as an OG. You know what I mean? To see where his career went after he was doing so well. You know what I mean? And then, you know, to this. Yeah, it's sad, man.
This is the pinnacle. This is like the climax. You know what I mean? I took you from A to B and now we're at Z. This is like the culmination. Yeah, I get to give you a little bit of how my mind works. But this man is a walking hip hop opera. And he lives pain is the new love with non-monogamy. DMX is this whole episode.
I see that now. I see where you went with that.
I got you. But I'm going to give the people a little bit more detail. All right? I mean, it just happened, so there's not so much detail that I can provide at this time because I'm not the news. I just provide what I already know. So, they say he's in grave condition in a New York hospital after a drug overdose. You're probably wondering, not again. Well, it was reported today that he suffered a heart attack triggered by an apparent drug overdose, according to celebrity publications from his favorite channel, TMZ. You know how much X loves TMZ. And Billboard. And the publications reported that DMX, who is 50 now, remember you asked me about this before, like a long time ago, who has had a public history of substance abuse, was rushed to White Plains, New York hospital after suffering an apparent heart attack in his home about 11 p.m. Friday. And his publicist did not immediately respond for comment on the singer, who has been a fixture in the music world since the 90s. The musician has been open about his struggles with illegal drug use and has spoken about entering rehab in 2019 after serving time in federal prison on tax fraud conviction. A Manhattan federal court found that he failed to pay more than what people make in a lifetime for taxes, almost $2 million for a 5-year stretch of his prime, coincidentally, from 2000 to 2005 when X was the man. And he did that by shifting money among accounts belonging to managers and associates. Simmons was known for a hit international single X Gonna Give It To You, his debut album in 1998. I was gonna say 88, my bad, I'm getting old. It's Dark and Hell Is Hot was listed as the #1 on the Billboard 200 chart in the United States and sold more than 5 million copies. Along with his rap career, he starred in such films as 1998's crime drama. See? Drama? Crime? That movie is called Belly. And then in 2000, he starred in the action movie, which everyone loved very much, with Jet Li, Romeo Must Die. And I believe Aaliyah was in there, no?
Yeah, she was. She was.
And then 2003 heist film, Cradle to the Grave.
Cradle to the Grave. I remember that.
So this man, from a stretch of 98 to 05, was the baddest man on the planet. He was like the Mike Tyson of rap. Pow!
Rap, yep. Yeah. That's why,
The baddest man on the
like,
planet.
this is why I'm in the mood I'm in right now because, like you said, it was the baddest man on the planet. DMX was different, you know what I mean? DMX it was gift from God to us, you know what I mean? Music to our ears, you know what I mean? To see what happened to his career, and it happened so sudden. You know what I mean? I won't get too detailed into that, I believe.
I know where you're going.
Yeah. So we ain't gonna go there, but
no.
It's messed up. You know what I mean? It's messed up, and to where he is right now. Like you said, he owed $2 million in taxes. How? We don't know. Don't believe a word in it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's messed up to where he is right now. You know what I mean?
Don't forget.
It doesn't sound good.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Doesn't sound good, but I hope he can bounce back from this. You know what I mean? We need the dog.
Don't forget, King. He also did Woodstock 99. And you got to think about how big of an artist he was that he did Woodstock 99 with the sea of fans. I watched the video and it was one of those feelings you get when you see something that gives you goosebumps. It's like when you watch it, it's like, wow, this man has that much power. And he used to pray on stage as he was a believer in God before starting his shows. It's some powerful stuff. Like, to me, he was like Tupac in a way, but he wasn't Pac. But he just had that ability to capture people's attention. That's why he was in movies. That's why he was on soundtracks. That's why he was in video games. That's why he was on TV shows. He headlined, not saying he was the lead guy in Woodstock, but he was in Woodstock 99. I mean, released 2 albums in the same year as a debut. I mean, this man started off the gate as as something you've never seen before. I mean, to me, he's one for the ages. In his prime, DMX, I mean, people don't realize this. Like, DMX, Jay, and Ja Rule used to be in a super group together. And it's amazing when you look at how their careers started in the same place, the directions that all three headed in. You know? And that's how it goes to show you that even though me and you are doing this podcast, Limitless, or you want to say not podcast, but Limitless, right? We are working as a team because we're a team. But we're still individuals, you know what I mean? We're in our own journey, no matter what, you know? That's what's cool and not cool about life is like, you guys can be on the same wavelength, but then something can change your trajectory where you fall off or another one goes up, or something bad happens, and it's like you can't plan for something like that, you know. So the point I'm getting at is people need to appreciate people while they're around rather than after the fact, which, you know, it's like life is one of those things where it's like you never know what's going to happen. So the moments that you share with cool, interesting people, soak in as much knowledge. And I feel like this is a funny thing that's cliche, but it's eat, pray, love. That's what it is, man. That's what life literally is. And I just would like to say I found the albums that I said that he released simultaneously. I've like in the same year. I was gonna say 2 debuts, but they came out at different times. But it's Dark and Hell is Hot and Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. Two of some of the best albums to ever be released, period. And ironically, he released his, I feel like, some of his best work back to back in the same year. And after that, people knew that he was about his business, man. After that, X was born, man. And to me, in closing, it's sad when you have to see a hip hop opera play out and you're not getting paid for it, if you know what I mean. Like, this is something he's having to live, right? And it's not something that is fabricated in a sense when I mean like, oh, we're watching a show and this is somebody's life work that they have to face and go through so many trials and tribulation. That's a heavy load, man. I mean, it's not easy. And I know he probably thinks about this. You know, being the kind of man that he is that does believe in God, you know. And people don't realize this. This man helped a lot of people make sure that they eat and all this stuff. But people just like to talk bad about stuff that they don't know or understand. I've been there, probably still there, and people don't understand that. You know, people just judge people based on what they see and not on what they know or what they should learn. Right? So I never judge a person based on what I see. It's more about what I read and know about, and that I can say, this is the whole man, this is the whole story. And I feel like I hope that after people trying to break down his legacy and talk this and that about the man, I hope that people appreciate the things that he left for us to keep carrying forward, like how we treat people. And how many artists do you know that sit down and pray before they start a show?
I don't know.
I mean, that's just him basically being grateful for whatever he's sitting in and the load that he must carry and the people that he knows he needs to help. Simple as that. And yeah, I don't want to babble on too much, you know. So I'm just gonna say, you know, it is what it is. I would love to hear everyone's comments, new followers, old followers, in between. Doesn't matter. Me and King Evie would love to hear your thoughts. Have a real deep conversation, and give us your perspective of X. Like, you know, maybe I'm missing something. How about you help me to fill out this story so it can be known the right way? You know? Yeah. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And King Evie, tell them the rest.
I want everybody that watched this video to leave, you know, just leave, I don't know what emoji that could represent, but I'm just going to say one of those fire emojis because, you know, like DMX was the it. You know what I'm saying? It could have still been the it if he didn't go through certain ish. So I want everybody to leave that fire emoji in the comments. Even if you don't have nothing else to say, just leave that fire emoji in the comments. You know, the respect that we had for him, you know, we continue to show that respect, like, even regardless. Now. Yeah. So if you guys can do that for us, we really appreciate it. And yeah,
I wish him the best, and hopefully, you know, he has a speedy recovery. If not, at least, I hope that he recovers and everything goes well, that he can continue doing his work and whatever he needs to do for himself and his family and the world that he's been helping.
Yeah, most definitely, man.
And there you have it. We out.